Hey, what's going on, guys? Are you guys ready for more Pokemons? Because I am totally ready for more Pokemons. Before I go to Cinnabar Island, which is right below us, there's some things that I want to clarify because they are bothering me. There are things that bother me and that I need to make sure that you guys don't fall into the same hole. What? Whatever. Okay, and this is gonna be a little talky here with you guys. And Pokemon, the game, it's not a child-ish game. It's not a the games, right? Pokemon Blue, Gold, Sapphire, Diamond, Black. They are not designed specifically for children, and this is a misconception that has been going on since the anime became really popular. The anime, right, Pokemon, the anime with Ash and Gary and Misty, that was designed for the younger audience, right? So, you know what? I'm gonna, because there's a lot of trainers here, then I might as well just fight while I'm talking about this. The anime was actually designed for children. Like the jokes are very lame and you know, they're not very clever. They even said that they made Pikachu, like Pikachu is the mascot. They actually made it so that the anime would like cater more to young girls and mothers. Like that's the reason why they chose Pokemon. They were actually going to choose Clefairy at first instead of Pikachu. Like, you know, well, I guess Clefairy would make more sense, right? Was it Clefairy? It would make more sense if you wanted to cater to girls, I guess, than Pikachu. But I guess Pikachu worked out just fine. What I'm trying to say, though, is that the anime is what was designed for children. And because the anime became so popular, this misconception carried on that because the anime is made for children, that the games are made for children. And it really couldn't be farther from the truth. And that's what bothers me because... like it's a game, you know, like it's like saying that Super Mario, you know, Super Mario had a show. For you guys who don't know, like Mario actually had a TV show and it was made for children. I mean, it was the same concept, right? Well, not the same concept, Pokemon, the same. It was the same thing with the lame jokes, and it's just like Dora the Explorer, where oh my god, what is that? And the children had to respond. It was really designed for children. But the games... Have you seen a child game? A game that's designed for children? Have you seen how they look? How they are? Have you seen Pokemon? It's not designed for children. And if you... Let me see. Can I think of a game that's designed for children? I don't know. I haven't played, obviously, those in years. But, I mean, there was a show for Mega Man on TV that was designed for children. Mega Man is not a childish game. You know, whoa, fuck, I just fought SEADRA with a Jake. When I'm weak to it, I'm just not paying attention to the game. Just completely, like, automotive. I just love how Tentacle is just like, what? Such a boss. No, but yeah, anyways, I just wanted to clarify that because it does, you know, bother... I mean, it doesn't bother me that, in particular... It bothers me that, I want you guys to be informed, you know, like, I don't want my subscribers to you know, for other people to see my subscribers as dumbasses. So I want you guys to I want you guys to know. I want you guys to think. I want you guys to not be misinformed. But it's sort of sad, you know, that Pokemon has that misconception, you know, and I guess more than a misconception is a, how do you call it? There's a word for that. When people say something that is not true, but because they keep saying it, and other people start saying it, and then when everyone starts saying it, then it becomes the truth. You know, like a fallacy. It's a fallacy. Because everyone says that Pokemon is for children, then it becomes for children, because that's what everyone thinks about it, you know, and it's not true. And it became a fallacy, and it's just simply not true. There's so much depth, so much strategic value to Pokemon that obviously you don't see that much in the campaign. I mean, it does have their strategic values when, you know, choosing your Pokemons and fighting them with the gym leaders, and obviously you have to choose the right moves and the whatever. But like when you actually play with other people, when you choose like your 6 Pokemon and fight with your friends or fight with people online, like shit, dude, that is not a the amount of technical things and the amount of strategic value to it is immense. It's ridiculous. Anyways, I do want to discuss that in the comments, so you know, whatever you guys think about it, but I didn't want it to say that you guys were dumb if you thought that, you know, it's not what I mean. Obviously, you know that I'm not like that. I don't go judging people. I just don't want you guys to fall into the fallacy, you know. I don't want you guys to go. I'm not a big fan of bandwagons, you know, because many people say something, it has to be true. I don't like that. So I want you guys to think. I want you guys to think for yourself, to analyze things. So, you know, just let's continue the discussion in the comments so I can move on with the Let's Play. But, we are here in Cinnabar Island, which is a volcanic island, which is funny because there's not a volcano here. You actually get to see the volcano in Pokemon Gold when you go back here, but, Pokemon Lab, now there should be another here, not this one. Cinnabar Island, the fiery town of burning desire. And as you can probably tell, the gym leader here is, well, it's locked, but it's for fire. Now, there are 2 things that we have to do, or I guess 1 thing we have to do before going to the gym. One, we have to get a key to the gym, which for whatever reason is locked, and we have to get the gym on the mansion above. It didn't make sense. Who would drop the key of the gym there? This isn't what, but whatever. But first, before doing that, we can go here to the Pokemon Lab, and I don't remember. I think we get a TM here. I'm not sure. I know that we get the fossil, but we studied Pokemon extensively here, and whatever. What I'm gonna do first is that if you talk to which one of these 2, is it this one? Hiya, I'm an important doctor. I am an important person. Yeah, I am. I'm like really like I mean like a big deal. I'm a big deal. I study here rare Pokemon fossils. You have fossils for me? Notes? Too bad. I don't have. Oh, I deposited it on the computer. Let me just bring this up. So I don't even know why I'm doing this. Just to show you guys. It's not like I'm gonna use it or anything. But let's just go to Blue's PC, withdraw item, and then here the Dawn fossil. If you guys remember back at the Mount Moon, I believe it's called, we got a fossil. We got the Dome fossil, and I said that I rather have the Dome fossil than the Helix fossil because it I like the Pokemon more. What I meant by that is that if you give this guy the fossil, yeah, we just can give it to him. Oh, there's a Dome fossil. It is a fossil of Kabuto. So as you can see, we can actually get a Pokemon out of this fossil. A Pokemon that's already extinct. My resurrection machine. A resurrection machine. That's fucking awesome. We'll make that Pokemon live again. Yeah, sure. Why not? Sure. You hurry and give me that, and I hand it to him, and I take a little time. You go for walk a little while. Well, the translation is really badly made, or it's made to look like very Japanese. You go walk. I work on fossil. I work fossil. You go for walk a little while. So okay, so I think I just have to return like this, or I think I actually had to wait. Let me see. Where were you? Your fossil is back to life. You just have to leave the building and come back up. Your fossil is back to life. It was a capital, like I think. This translation is really bad. Do you want to give a nickname to Kabuto? I'm not gonna use it, and there's no more room. Kabuto was sent to blah. If you actually choose the Helix fossil, then you get an Ammonite. And I don't like. I mean, I honestly like Ammonite is better as a Pokemon in general. But I've always loved how I can't see it, whatever. I have always liked how Kabutops, the evolution, like looked, because it looks like a Scyther, and Scyther just looks fucking awesome. Oh, before I go, let me get yeah, I know it's locked. Let me get a repellent. I have a lot of lame repellents, and I want to get some good ones. I'm gonna need them later. Whatever. But we're gonna go here and enter the Pokemon Mansion. Now the Pokemon Mansion, this place, let me just use the max repellent here. The Pokemon Mansion is was actually a sort of like a research facility for Mew. It's a very weird thing that they were trying to do. They were trying to, because as I told you before, Mew actually has the genes of every Pokemon that exists, right? So they were trying to utilize Mew's genes to create any Pokemon that they desired, and they, more importantly for them, they wanted to recreate Mew. They wanted to create another Mew so that they could use that Mew to do whatever they want. If they have the genes for Pokemons, I mean, you just have to imagine, right? If you had the genes of Pokemon, you could do whatever you want. I mean, imagine using those genes to like use it on people and have people breathe fire. Imagine how cool that would be. But anyways, they wanted to like manipulate the genes of Pokemons, and because of that, they were researching and doing experiments on Mew. Now, they failed at first, right? They had a lot of experiments where they failed trying to recreate Mew, and that's where Ditto came to happen. For those of you who don't know, Ditto was actually failed attempts at recreating Mew, which later on they perfected and created Mewtwo, right? I mean, Mewtwo was a creation of Mew, that's why it's called Mewtwo. That's the best that they could do, Mewtwo. And I mean, it's obviously a really cool thing because Mewtwo is even more powerful than Mew in terms of stats and I don't know about actual powers, but because you don't really know. I mean, there's not like a lore thing. Like, it's not like the story is like well put together. You know, like if you guys remember, for those of you who actually saw the first movie, where you actually see Mew and Mewtwo. They are supposed to be like even, you know, like they fight with each other in the movie, and they are pretty even in terms of power, so whatever. But Ditto was actually created as a mistake. You know, they were trying to recreate Mew, and Dittos came to happen. And this is actually like it's not like technically or literally like written, like it's not like it's official, like, oh, they were trying to recreate Mew and that's where Ditto they don't say that, but it's you can deduce that with this is Carbos. Carbos is speed. Let's just give it to Jello for more speed. But you can sort of deduce that because Mew and Mewtwo have the same color palettes. Like, if you guys remember, when you find a rare Pokemon, it has like different colors in the later generations. So for example, you can have a normal Mew, but you can also find a rare Mew, and that rare Mew is blue in color. The same with Ditto. Ditto is pink, but a rare Ditto it's blue, which is the same as Mew, right? The same thing. They have the same the stats. They are similar throughout, you know, attacks and defense as Mew is and Ditto is as well. They weight the same. You get Blizzard here. Then we're gonna teach it to Jake, I think. Well, I mean, I could teach it to RHEXX, but I'm thinking I'm fine with Ice Beam. I don't really think I need Blizzard on it. I think Jake could use the coverage. I cannot teach it to Mew because he's full of HMs. Even CLIQUE can learn it. That's funny. We're gonna teach it to Jake here. Instead of Trash, I'm not using Trash anymore now that I have Earthquake. Yeah, it doesn't really need that anymore. But there's a rare candy here, right? I think there was something here. A full restore, my bad. You can actually get Solar Beam later on here. But yeah, and also you can actually find Ditto in this mansion, and this is where they were actually doing the experiments on Ditto. On Mew, and you can find Dittos here. You can also find Dittos on the cave where Mewtwo is. So, you know, it sort of starts making sense, you know. But I don't know if they have made that official or not. But it's sort of not popular knowledge, but it's a trivia that it's well regarded. Whoa, critical hits off the shrug and I still survive it. CLIQUE is a boss. It's freaking badass, man. That's great. But yeah, we're not gonna find any Dittos here because I'm using the repellent, but you can find them obviously here. And what do you have? Rare candy. Yeah, this is where you fought the rare candy. My bad. I knew that it was a rare candy somewhere in here. But we're gonna press this button, and you can also find. It's funny because you can find here like Raticates. It's so bizarre for me that you would find Raticates. It's like so far into the game, and they're really high level Raticates. And you can also find here WEEZINGs, which is cool. TM22 is Solar Beam. I don't think I'm gonna be using Solar Beam. Only Veal can learn it, and he's full with I just throw this shit away. He's filled with HMs. So we got the secret key. The secret key is the key that we need to open the gym later, so that we can defeat Blaine. Let's see. Blaine is the fire gym leader, so the next guy. I have dig, right? I have dig with RHEXX. Nice. Yeah, I forgot about it. But let's go ahead and heal our Pokemons, and we're gonna go ahead and fight Blaine and kick his fiery asshole. Wow, that's so nasty. Sorry, guys. Damn, fiery asshole. That's... Gosh, sometimes I just freaking weird out myself. But, this is a very interesting concept in this gym because you can actually answer trivia questions, and if you get them right, then you can like skip the trainers. You see that there's a door here, and there's a trainer here. I'm not gonna aggro him. I can talk to him and fight him, but instead you can also talk to this machine. And Pokemon quiz. Get it right, and the door opens to the next room, and you don't have to fight the trainer. If you get it wrong, though, you'll face a trainer. If you want to conserve your Pokemon for the gym leader, then get it right. Here we go. Caterpie evolves into Butterfree. That's actually technically incorrect. Caterpie evolves into Metapod, which then evolves into Butterfree. So technically it's wrong, but yeah, Caterpie at the end evolves into Butterfree, so yes. You're absolutely correct. Go on through. We get to go on through. I'm gonna answer all the questions, and then I'll fight the trainers, because I need the experience. Pokemon quiz. Get it right, and the door opens. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. There are 9 certified Pokemon League badges. That is wrong. There are actually 8. No, you're absolutely correct. There are 8 badges. There are 8 gym leaders. So there you go. Next question, Pokemon quiz. Blah, 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 blah. Here we go. Poliwag evolves 3 times. That's wrong. Evolves 2 times. Evolves into Poliwhirl. How do you pronounce Poliwhirl? Such a weird name. Poliwhirl. And then Poliwrath. So now it's 2 times. Absolutely correct. You can go on through. And then here we go. Pokemon quiz. The next one. Blah, blah, blah. What do we got for us? Are thunder moves... You mean electric moves? Are thunder moves effective against ground element type Pokemon? No! Ground is actually... that's the repellent. Electric is ground is actually immune to electric. Electric is immune to ground. There you go. Yes. Pokemon quiz. Get it right and the door will open. If you don't, you'll face a trainer. Here we go. Pokemon of the same kind and level. I hate this because they're so hard. Okay. Pokemon of the same kind and level. What do you mean by kind? Do you mean like 2 Bulbasaurs, or do you mean like 2 plants? And then are not identical. Okay, so let's see. In Pokemon Blue, well, in the first generation and the second generation, Pokemons were identical if they were of the same level. So for example, 2 Bulbasaurs in Pokemon Blue were identical. They would have different numbers, different like designated numbers things, but in terms of stats, they would be the same. They were actually different from Sapphire and Ruby up into the next generation. Then every Pokemon was different because they received different stats. When here they are the same, but I don't think they mean the same Pokemon. I think they mean the same kind. So for example, I don't know what it means. I don't know what they mean by that. Are not identical. So it doesn't matter if I get it right. Are not identical. Anyway, I'm just gonna answer anything. You're absolutely correct. Yes, they're not identical. I don't, whatever. It's so weird the way it's presented. Pokemon quiz, get it right and it will open. What do you have for us here? TM28 contains Tombstoner. Okay, first of all, there's no such thing as Tombstoner. That doesn't even exist. Second of all, 28. Ah, TM28. Is that? Damn it, I don't know which 28 is. I don't know what it is. But it's Tombstoner doesn't exist. But I guess that's it, and we're here to fight Blaine. What I'm gonna do... Yeah, I'm gonna defeat them all. I do wanna defeat them all, so... Let's just go right ahead about it. I actually really like... I'm gonna be talking about the anime a little bit while I defeat these guys. I actually really enjoy the anime part of this because... The fight with Ash and Blaine was actually really cool. I still remember a little bit about it. I remember that Magmar... I remember Charizard like battling Magmar in the end and defeating it with a seismic toss. And I always... as a kid, I played... I never got to see like every single episode of the of Pokemon of the anime. But I did obviously, play the game multiple times through, and when I picture seismic toss, I always like picture it as the Pokemon transforming the other Pokemon as a moon and then throwing it around. Like, as a kid, you take things too literal. You know what I mean? And in the game, seismic toss had this little animation where the enemy would transform into a circle that would look like a moon and then go up and then down. So that's how I sort of took seismic toss was all about. But then Charizard uses it on Magmar in the anime, and it shows that it grabs Magmar and then goes so high that for the trainers it looks like the moon, and then Charizard just goes around in a circle. So it looks like it's going around the moon when it's really not. And it's like, oh, as a kid, it's like, that's what it is, you know. It's like, mind blown. My entire childhood is a lie, you know, that kind of funny thing. Drill Peck is like Peck, but stronger. Love Drill Peck. But yeah, that's just a funny thing from my memories. But I really like Dodrio in this game because what am I learning? Rage. But yes, I don't really... Rage is a really bad move. But I really enjoy Dodrio because of Drill Peck in particular. The bad thing is, like, Pidgeot is such an awesome Pokemon as a flying because it just looks cool. And it's sort of like... I mean, in the anime, like... Gary had it, and Gary was always seen as the cool trainers, the cool guy. And he had a Pidgeot, and it was like a cool Pokemon to have because he had it, I guess, whatever. But it looks good, like... Pidgeot always looked pretty good. And it was so sad that in this game Pidgeot is so bad. It has like good speed, and but his stats were so bad. And the strongest flying move that he would learn, I believe, was Fly. And Fly was always annoying because it was a 2-turn move, and that always sucked. You don't really want to spend twice the turns, you know, doing a freaking move, you know? And on the other hand, Firo learned Drill Peck, and Dodrio learned also Drill Peck, and which was stronger and only, you know, one turn move. And I don't know, I've always disliked the fact that they didn't really balance the moves very much in the first gen. They actually fixed that later on, obviously, but like in the first game, you have, for example, you have Surf, which is the strongest water type move that is 100% accuracy. Then you have the Hydro Pump, which if you want to sacrifice accuracy for power, you have that. The same thing with Fire, you have Flamethrower and then Fire Blast. But then for Grass, the strongest that you can get is like what, Razor Leaf, which is like 65 attack damage, whereas Surf and Flamethrower are 95. So it's like considerably weaker. It has a higher chance of crit, but it is considerably weaker. And then the strongest, it's Solar Beam, which is a 3rd-turn attack, and it's just like, man, you know, like Grass really got the short end of the stick there. Let me... something here, okay. So that always bothered me, and it's not just because of that. Like Flying also was the strongest flying move that never messed. That was 1-turn move was Drill Peck, and only like a couple of flying guys got it, not all of them, which I thought it was really lame at the time. In the ground, right? Ground got earthquake, which is one of the best moves in the game. But then rock got like rock throw, rock slide, which again was like only 65 damage. You know, it's like there was major imbalances, which I think was pretty lame. And he just used super potion when he was full. Like that's just bad AI. Look again, like dude, I'm hitting you stronger than what you're healing with those pots. Come on. And then his last Pokemon is ARCANINE. There's really not... I've never really had any problems defeating Blaine, like, at all. You know, it's like... It's funny because you don't really get that much trouble defeating team leaders in this game, but even still, there are some that can be a little problematic, like, Sabrina. Actually, even with the AI not being that, that smart in this game, just you sometimes have troubles even defeating, you know, Sabrina and what else? What other trainers can you have trouble defeating? I guess just Sabrina really. Mystic sometimes, but the thing about Sabrina is that the Pokemon, like I said, is so fucking strong that just by spamming Psychic will just like destroy your Pokemon, you know. But because I usually choose Squirtle, I don't really have problems defeating Blame at all. But we have Fire Blast here now. Fire Blast, I can teach it to Jake, I guess, or CLIQUE. Well, Fire Blast. Let's think. What Pokemon would CLIQUE be have trouble defeating? And I think it's probably only well, there's Rock, and then there's Ghost. Can't really do much with Ghost. I mean, Fire Blast. I'm just gonna teach it to Jake. I just want perfect coverage in Jake, because the thing about Jake is that let me just, yeah, I don't need Rock Slide anymore. The thing about Jake is that he can learn anything, obviously, but you can see his special attack is actually not that bad. Like for example, you see CLIQUE here. His attack is 98. His special is 70. His attack is so high that it's a waste not using it, you know? Like, you have his attack so high that when using special, it's like I could be using some other thing and hitting for so much more, you know? Like, it's almost like it's almost not a bad thing using your normal attack moves, even if it's resisted, you know? On the other hand, Jake, it's a little bit more balanced, if you know what I mean. So that's good. Yeah, but I think we're done here with Cinnabar Island. We can use Tripants to go to the next gym. The next one I think is shorter. We are in the 30-minute mark, so I'm gonna be done for now. Yeah. I think on the next episode, I think we can take on the next guy. The next guy is right here in Viridian City. It's on the first city. Well, on the first real city that we visit, and is right up there, and we're gonna go through it. But yeah, I guess this is gonna be it for this episode. I want to hear your guys' discussion on the legitimacy. Yeah, like I'm good with that. Of you know, the Pokemon games not being childish. I want to hear what your comments are, your discussions, and then I'll, you know, I can talk about it on another episode, but whatever. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode, and hope you guys enjoyed. And I'll definitely see you guys next time.